And we are live. Sorry about the delay, everyone. Sometimes technology works against you and your alarms decide that they're not going to go off for the day.
Understandable, happens to the best of us.
The only reason I woke up when I did was because my cat was screaming at the door trying to get in. So thank you to Evie for waking my ass up.
That'll do it.
Best kitty.
She's being a butt right now. She's eating my wires.
Didn't say perfect.
Oh no, it's because we got her treats, like the little cat treats. And so when she wants a treat, she starts eating wires.
That could be bad.
So I've been faking her out by shaking the bag to get her out, then I just throw her out of the room. Sooner or later, she'll know that she only gets it when she's being good. You know, my cat's part dog anyway, she'll learn. So, we're down a couple people today. Both Shadow Fox and Zoro are still out with baby duty. And Syra, or Kiara Phoenix, is out doing family stuff as well for the holidays. So it's just myself and 4 people who have lost their memory.
This is going to turn into a completely different campaign now.
I mean, it has the possibility to.
The logical thinkers are gone.
This is true. Logic has left the building.
The only person who can keep Mina under control is not here.
You
Yeah.
are putting too much faith in Syra.
So, yeah, when we last left off, you all sort of got captured by some strange cults that seem to have a bit of influential people in the city in its ranks, either by choice or by being controlled themselves. You were knocked out and you woke up in some strange abyss, standing on these floating rocks that were separated a bit of ways from one another, and a large single-eyed tentacle horror came up from below, and combat engaged. One by one, everyone looked like they got Thanos snapped as their hit points reached 0, which made Syra fly into a rage and thankfully get the killing blow on the creature as she woke up in Gaius's estate along with the rest of you. The rest of you were up a little bit before her and were making your way downstairs for breakfast as Gaius kind of gave her the rundown of what exactly happened. For the rest of you, the last couple days are a blur. You don't really remember anything from the moment you went into the apothecary shop for the first time. You don't even remember talking to apothecary. You don't remember the 2-headed ogre Zizix. You don't remember Callie punching the elven proprietor of the apothecary, the fight with the eye demon, anything. Everything is a blur. Your head's hurt a little bit. It feels like you've got a migraine. And when you asked Gaius what had happened, he had simply said that after you had returned, a couple jackdaw in the city kind of started causing a ruckus. They attacked Reiju's apartment in the library. It was a bit of a fight and things started to get out of hand. And due to which he and a couple of his associates were able to rescue the lot of you, and you've been in his home the past day or so. He's offered the use of his estate as your own little personal base of operations, or even if you want to call it a home, for as long as you need until the heat dies down. But he's warned you to keep an eye out if you go out in the city. Be on your most guard, because there are those who are still looking for you. But as we pick up today, the four of you are downstairs in Gaius's I lost the word for a moment. Gaius's dining room, sitting across from another one on like a long table that looks like in its maximum could probably seat about 30 people. Kind of giving you the impression that Gaius is one of those, socialites that have a lot of people over at various points in time. Not someone who is a hermit or likes their privacy. He's also given you access to like everything on his estate. If you need to do any work or research or anything of the like, if you need to send messages, he has his own aviary. Just go at it. Just try not to break anything.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, has Zelark has done dealings with Gaius before.
Mm-hmm. Gaius is pretty much an information broker. He has his hands in almost pretty much anything in the city.
Would Zelark know? Like, is he like an official, like higher up member of the Thieves Guild?
Not of the Thieves Guild. He likes to say
like
that he likes to say he's Thieves Guild adjacent.
Okay, so he's just like a third party.
He's a third party, yeah. He's somebody that not that he doesn't only give his services to the Thieves Guild. He pretty much gives his services to anyone who's willing to pay.
Got it. Okay.
But he's in good standing with the guild though.
So, who is around us right now?
It's just the four of you, and then a couple of those gear automated assistants that you've seen in his emporium before.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of look around the group for a moment. Still trying to put all of this together.
Also, you're a little bit loud. You're like peeking again into the red zone. Zoom. Yeah.
I swear to
Zoom.
God, Zoom.
Good service. Your audio capabilities need work.
As you're looking around, Kyle, you might notice a few things that are different about most of us, probably.
Muted.
Can't hear you at all.
Me?
No. HB.
Fox.
Oh.
One day, Zoom. Can you cooperate for one day?
Nope.
A little bit higher. A little bit higher.
How's that?
Yeah. I mean, I can hear you.
It's not bad.
I mean, I can adjust it more, but it seems to go from like whisper to peaking because Zoom is a wonderful service. So it's the last like couple days that's kind of a blur, right?
Yeah, it's like pretty much since you got back. Actually like that music. Very nice.
So I'll look around at the group, and the last time I clearly remembered them, some of them looked a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
So first. Let's have the dice decide for. Okay, Mina.
Uh-oh.
Callie's gonna turn to you and be like, when did you have time to do that to your hair?
What do you mean?
Like, if we just got back and then trouble, we were fighting, and then we were rescued. And, like, did you wake up before the rest of us and then do that to your hair?
What?
I mean, I like it, but
I haven't done anything to my hair.
am I?
Woke up not that long ago.
No, I remember your hair looking different in all the time that I've known you. Anybody else? I'm not crazy here, right?
When was it pink?
Yeah, it's a bit shorter too.
And she'll just start like touching her hair.
And it's definitely shorter.
Okay, my bangs are fine, but all right, which one of you assholes did it? And she'll like get up and like slam the table.
And as you slam the table, one of the automatons that are in the room kind of like jumps in a bit of a surprise. Ma'am, is there anything I can do for you? Did we upset you?
Who touched my hair?
Oh, you mean the coloring?
And the length. Why is the back shorter?
You will have to talk to Master Gaius about that one.
Did he cut Mina's hair when she was asleep? Because that's a little weird.
And dyed it. My hair was perfectly fine.
I am not sure. It's Master Gaius said that if you had any questions about the previous days, to talk to him directly.
Right. Quick.
Where's my sword?
DM question.
Hmm?
With prestidigitation, it says I can unsoil something. Would that mean I could undye her hair?
I would probably say no, because dyeing isn't technically soiling.
I thought I'd ask.
It's
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, thaumaturgy, on the other hand.
Yeah, it's like I guess it's technically like an alchemical compound that Sarah did.
This automaton guy, is his body like plated in metal, or like does he have? Can his chest be buffed to be used as a mirror?
Yeah, they're technically gear forged, so yes, but he's dressed as like a butler, so he's got clothes on top of like his body.
Wax
I mean,
on.
Is
wax
there
off.
like spoons that we could like use?
There are spoons, and there's like a tray. There's like a small
Yeah.
tray and stuff that you can use. That do look like they have a silver sheen to them, to where you could possibly hold it up and use it as like a makeshift
Yeah.
mirror.
Is there one of those silver platters that's on the table at the moment?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Like you'll have to like clear off like some of like the
I do that, and I get it like up, just kind of make sure it's shining, and then
where's my sword?
all your weapons are stored in the armory right now, miss.
Reiju, maybe you should look in that mirror as well.
Point me in the direction of the armory.
Yeah, apparently a lot has happened in the last couple days.
what are these? And I just kind of point to these lines that are just going down intricately in almost a spider web motif. And then also noticing that my hair is twice as long. And I already knew about the slight glow that I give now, but it seems a little brighter than normal.
I think we all really need to.
I kind of look over at Zelark. Does he?
Zelark looks as fabulous as always.
Zelark looks like Zelark.
A little snake head pops out, you know, and I just kind of offering whatever food to Somar from the table.
Where's the armory?
And as you ask that, Gaius walks in. He's like, already itching for another fight.
What did you do to my hair? And she'll summon her echo, since that's the only way she can attack right now.
I didn't do anything to your hair. The cutting, yes, I had to because it was a tangled mess of blood and gore. The pink, on the other hand, that's, from what I was told, was something between you and Syra.
Where is Syra, by the way?
Where's the she devil? I just want to.
She is currently indisposed of at the moment. She's recovering.
Did we see her leave, or
No,
is she not-
she's still up in the bedroom.
Ah, okay. So we don't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, apparently the library's not exactly a good spot to go to, unless we wanted to look for clues as to where our assailants went.
Nars, can you please just tell us what happened?
Well, from what we've gathered so far, you were ambushed. You are all resting in your little hideaway above the library when you were attacked.
I'd never hang out in the library.
Well,
Like,
you were this
how?
time. That's where, and he kind of like points to your hair. That's where that happened.
Our assailants, were they more jackdaw?
Jackdaw and some mercenaries they hired, yes.
Hmm.
sounds like we need to pay a visit to the one I wasn't allowed to kill back at the forge.
Well, I was thinking we need to go talk to Jared and get the guard to handle it.
I mean, Jared's is gonna stop me from doing what needs to be done again.
The guard are already looking into it. I've been assisting in any way I can to find your assailants. The best thing for you to do now is eat and rest up before you start spilling into the city again and trying to get your blood feud on again. And he kind of just like stares at Mina.
Kinda
Rolls her
chuckles.
eyes at him.
Are all of our places compromised? Like, did something happen to my stall?
Your stall is fine. The
my
forge,
house?
your stall, your house, everything like that is fine for the moment. Though I would assume since they were unable to kill any of you, that those locations are going to be watched.
Wait, where's Joy?
Joy is fine. Joy's actually made a full recovery and she's back at the forge now.
You don't think they're gonna like break into my loft or anything, do you? Because I've got really important stuff in there that other people can't be touching.
I don't think they're going to be going after your loft, Kelly.
Okay.
They're more interested in your lives.
Well, I don't know why. I don't lead a very interesting life.
You,
I mean, we did just wreck their
yeah,
northern camp.
and you killed their leader. And a good 80% of their force that was in that camp. Word has gotten around about Mina's skiff rampage.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I remember now. Wow, we actually hit the leader with that? Damn.
You hit a good portion of them, yes.
Hmm.
What,
Damn.
what do
Well, if the jackdaw want to come
Wasn't
and
there.
fight, let them. Give me my sword.
Why do you want your sword?
I don't think we should go fight the jackdaw.
Why not?
Well, why? I
They
mean, look
wanna
what they
kill
just
us.
did to us. Obviously, they can take
Well,
us out if
it's
they
it's
really
not
want
just
to.
the jackdaw now. They've hired mercenaries to hunt
And
us.
they'll die too.
What I'm worried about is the efficiency of the hunters. We don't exactly have our own hunters here either to counteract that.
What, the two she-devils?
Well, Nirix specifically. And apparently Varen, I can't remember his damn name.
They're fine.
Yeah, we know they're off doing their thing. And Snit internship going well?
Snit is fine.
Okay.
I have a couple of my people keeping an eye on him. From what I can see, they haven't made a move on him at all. So
That's good.
Snit is one of those quiet types, and due to his small stature, he is easy to miss. Some of you, on the other hand, are rather loud.
Kind of looks
Wonder
over to
who.
Callian.
Hey, I'm not loud. I think he was talking about Mina.
I
So,
don't
like,
know.
Trevor.
I don't know, Stone Crusher. Maybe. Either way, we're not going to get anything done just by moping around in here.
Anyway, do I need a mage license for that? And she points at her echo.
Oh, all of that's already been taken care of. Wow, they
Wait.
really did hit you hard, didn't they?
Wait,
Apparently.
taking care of what? Like, am I registered as a mage?
You're not registered as a mage, but they know that you can do that.
Is it good or bad?
You're technically not a mage from what any of us can tell. You just have some quirks. One of the mage hunters in the city has the same abilities as you, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Oh, okay.
Hey, maybe eventually, if you get strong enough, you can sign on with the city as a mage hunter.
Oh,
Why would I wanna do that?
let's not do that. The mage hunters aren't really well respected.
Not to mention, we're not exactly from the city, so that could be
Yeah,
a
I don't give a
conflict
shit
of
about the city.
interest. Yeah, I'm not from the city either. I don't want to sign up for the guard.
Well, the mage hunters aren't really a guard. They're more fanatics,
Well,
to
I
say
don't
the
really.
least.
Well,
They're not really
Look,
dispatched.
the sooner I get
unless-
back home, the better.
Why is that?
Well, I simply want to take back what's mine.
And what is that?
Listen. A few years ago, I may have gotten in a scuffle over who was a better fighter, me or the chieftain's son, and I was kicked out.
you beat up the chieftain's son.
Uh,
Oh, why am I
round
not
the round
surprised?
the roundabout way, yeah. Uh,
Was
Look.
it an official fight? Well, what kind of fight was
well, technically, I wasn't even supposed to be able to fight him. Our tribe, to spare resources or save resources, makes everything one size, and that's for the males, which are significantly bigger than us.
it? Understandable.
So I technically broke the rule of not fighting, but I won.
Mina,
Did
break
you-
the rules? No.
But
Did
I,
you know that was a rule before you broke it?
yeah, but he was talking shit.
Oh.
And then you beat him up because he was
Yeah,
talking shit.
yep, in the village square.
So everybody knew.
Yes. There was no getting around it.
No one wanted to interfere either because of how bad it was. Oh, that's funny. I like you. That's awesome.
I mean, that does kind of, well, it tracks with Mina. That's for sure.
That's how I ended up here. Joy's dad took me in.
Makes even more sense. Yeah.
And you want to eventually go back?
Well, yeah, I beat the chieftain's son. Wouldn't that make me the next chief?
I don't know. You tell us.
Well, I don't know. There's never rules for secession.
I mean, you didn't kill him, right?
No, of course I didn't kill him.
Okay, because usually, okay, my point of view of tribes and clans and stuff like that
We're
outside
not
of the
savages.
city, yeah, it's a little bit savage in my head.
I believe.
So I apologize.
I believe, if anything, you would have to defeat the chief in order to become the next chief.
I mean, the chief's probably gonna die soon. He's old. We don't live forever. We're not elves.
Then again, I've only been alive for maybe 22 years, so
On that note, Zolok stands up and is like, I know you said we should stay here, but I really do have things I need to get done for my business, so if you'll
Zelark,
excuse me.
you don't sell shit.
Zelark, I would highly suggest that you stay here and skip your business for the day. It's not safe to go back to the stall or to reach out to any business contacts as you would. You are being hunted at the moment.
Okay. So, I've got a question. Do you have a sparring ring?
A sparring ring? Now, why would I need that?
Well, I kind of promised Callian that we'd do a little spar after our little trip in the desert.
We
Right.
don't.
I do remember that.
I don't have a fighting ring. I mean,
Fair enough.
my home is not meant for battle. But you could.
Courtyard, don't you?
But if you promise to keep the damage to a minimum, you could try the gardens.
It's fairly generous of you. Yeah, that'd be great. Callian, you want to join it?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like a good bit of exercise first thing in the morning, right?
Oh, by the way, it's not morning, dear.
What?
It's about 2 hours after high noon.
Oh,
We were out, remember? Apparently we had
my
a...
sleep schedule is going to be way off now.
Well,
You're
to be
telling
fair, you've been asleep for 2 days.
Yeah, it's going to be way off.
It'll come back later.
Well, if it's any consideration, normally when you're exhausted, your sleep schedule tends to stay the same. You just sleep longer.
Right. Do you have a study or anything? I don't want to partake in whatever the hell those two are doing.
Yes, I do have a study. I have a vast library. I also have a forge if you need to do any sort of physical work to keep yourself occupied. But you're free to leave anytime you want. I was just suggesting that maybe you take a day or two to recover before going out into the city. You are not prisoners. You are guests.
If Syra comes out of her room, send her my way. I need to have words with her.
Well, I believe Syra is going to lock herself in a study of her own. She has more information as to what happened the night you were attacked, and she's doing a bit of research. So
Why pink?
She asked if she could dye your hair pink, and for some reason you said yes.
That does not sound like me at all.
I think you were drunk.
Okay,
You
sounds
drink?
a little bit like me.
Oh, so you do drink. Okay. I was hoping.
Zelark is quite suspicious of all this, just because there's a couple bits of information. that just
There's a
aren't adding
huge
up to
gap.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, why would I be at the library? Because
Yeah,
up until
Minako
now, I
doesn't
have
hang out with
never
anybody.
been there.
I think I do
Like-
remember why we were gathering. I think we were celebrating
Uh,
coming back from the desert.
but mind
Seemed
if
a
I
little...
do like an insight check on
Oh yeah.
Cyrus?
You can
just to see.
you can most definitely attempt to do a insight check on Gaius.
12.
12.
I have nothing.
You've never really been able to get a grasp on Gaius. It's like even when it sounds like he's lying, it still sounds like it's the truth. He's sort of a professional in that sense.
So I'm just always suspicious of
You're
him.
suspicious of him, but you never have the evidence to like say, "Oh, you're lying." Just like in this
Yeah.
instance, you like something doesn't feel right, but you can't put your finger on it. But at the same time, sounds like the truth.
Okay. I'm gonna be a few minutes. I'll be preparing myself, gear and all. So, me,
If you need any help or anything like that, ask one of the automatons around the estate. They'll be able to provide you with whatever you need.
and I'll go over to one of them. Which one's shorter? And I'll take that one.
Oh, they're all the same height.
Okay, so I just pick one. It's like, you with me? Come on. And I go to find a private room to one control the mess that is my hair. Two,
Oh,
like,
you
make sure
have
that I'm-
you all have rooms upstairs. My estate has 47 rooms. So you are fine.
okay.
But yeah,
Yeah,
his I don't think anybody has ever seen Gaius's estate, but he's up in like the ring of influence, and he's got like a huge like McMansion. Like,
McMansion.
It,
All right.
it's ridiculous.
It's gaudy.
Yeah, no, it's not gaudy. It's like everything is like finely furnished and everything like that. It's not. It doesn't look cheap in any sort of
We are
way.
going
It's
to ruin
just
this house.
huge.
Oh, okay. Note for later. I need to talk with Gaius. Okay.
And as
About certain things.
you see one of the his automaton helpers come over to him and like whisper in his ear. He's like, "Oh, if you'll excuse me, I have a call to take. I will bid you adieu for now. Lunch will be in about 2 hours if you wish to join me."
Okay.
And
Where's the study?
oh, you need a study. That's right. Did you want the study or the library?
Don't you usually do books and studies?
Well, I have multiple studies. I have a vast library. It's up to you which you want to take.
Library, I guess.
All right, the library. He looks over to the automaton that's next to him. Assist Lady Mina to the library, and it nods and begins leading you off. Many leather-bound books on shelves made of rich mahogany. Yeah, pretty much.
Mahogany.
Yo, like real talk. If I could make like my house smell like anything, it would be book. Like
Books.
books,
Paper does smell
yeah.
really good.
Yeah, like
Paper smells really good.
like new book smell is like the best smell in the world.
For me, it's new video game case when I used to be a console player.
Oh yeah, that was good too.
Yeah. As strange as it is.
Would you like the study, the library, or the book depository?
Oh boy. So yeah, I actually get gussied up in true monk fashion, get up the hair. Like I actually posted a picture in the Discord for anybody that's interested in what my new hairstyle is gonna be.
Is it a beehive?
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's if you've watched My Hero Academia.
Oh, it's Sue's haircut. Okay.
Yes. And
Oh, okay.
gets on,
yeah, the froppy hair.
yeah, gets on the tabard, gets on all my pouches filled with all my gear. I kind of take the sword, but I'm gonna set that aside during the actual sparring. And then if Callian actually joins me in the gardens.
Callie has no gear to put on and get ready, so she just heads straight out to the gardens and
Fair
starts
enough.
stretching in preparation for the sparring.
Okay, so we've got the monks going out to the garden to punch each other for a while. Mina's going to read some books. What is Zelark doing?
Zelark is going to follow Garissa to see to just get more information.
Okay, are you technically stalking him, or how are you going about this?
A mixture of stealth, and I'm going to use my Mask of Shadows to disguise myself as one of the automatons.
Okay. Put some shenanigans music on here because people are about to get into some shenanigans. All right.
There's inner monk
And
shenanigans.
it's only
personal.
a 24 on stealth.
Only a 24. Well, I got to roll for Gaius because he may be able to see that. Okay. So Gaius doesn't really give off any indication that he sees you or not. He just continues to walk down the hall with like his hands calmly placed behind his back, just like in the very professional manner that he always seems to hold himself to. Yeah. So like when his hands are behind his back, it kind of looks a little weird because his hands are like backwards anyway.
So yeah, I'm at a distance, but he says he's going for a call, and
And
You
like
know.
you begin to follow him down a very long hallway, and he comes to a like a door that looks like it's made out of rosewood, and he produces a key out of his pocket and he puts it in, and he turns the key and the door slides open, and he walks on in. He shuts it behind him.
I will go up to the door
Okay.
and just like listen in to see if it's like just a room or like a break in the hallway or what.
Give
Just to
me
see if
give
there's
me
something.
a perception roll.
18.
18. You sense that this is actually a room. It's not an adjoining hallway or anything like that. This is like more than likely his private study.
Okay, is there a small gap underneath the door?
There is.
I reach down, let Somar down, and tell him to go into the room and just stay hidden and watch and listen as I kind of post up in the hallway as an automaton, just standing against the wall, like I'm there.
Now,
for-
can you see through your snake's eyes or hear through them?
Yes.
Okay. So you're
but-
pretty much blind at the moment, but
Mhm.
you're spying. I got you. Okay.
That's why I'm kind of just like posting up against the wall and just
Yep.
waiting.
And so what you see is Gaius, by the time your snake gets in there, Gaius has taken a small chest off of one of the bookcases, and he takes out another key and he unlocks it, and there just scoops up like a bunch of glass shards and he just throws them into the air. And as they begin to rain down, they form into one solid mirror, and it just begins to hover in midair.
Very Castlevania mirror.
Yeah, dude, I love those mirrors. Those things are cool. And
Ever trust a mirror in D&D? Just don't.
he stands there for a moment, and there's a shimmer that goes across the face of the mirror, and then there's a like a strange, like misshapen demonic face on the other end. Like, I hope you do have information for me. You are taking me away from my guests at the moment. And the
This was
Gaia said that.
Gaius?
The demonic creature on the other hand is like nodding. He's like, yes, we found the ogre. We found its hideouts. We know how to get in. And he nods. That is most pleasing to hear. When you can, bring me the information and anything required to get to this ogre. I may have a group of friends that would be interested in exacting some revenge for their memories and any trauma that they've put them through. Just don't get caught. We don't need any more interference between that cult and our personal goals. And the imp just like nods, and the sheen goes blank.
At that point, I pull Somar back to like under my coat pocket and make my way down the hall and
Okay.
going back up to my room.
Alrighty.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Gaius has a good perception. But even when you have a good perception, a natural one will fuck you up. Like, that's why I had to roll, because even with a 23, he could have easily spotted you. I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 14. Or not a 14, a 19. So it
Yeah.
was a 24, yeah.
I rolled a 1. He got a total of 10.
Good lord.
I'm very, very sneaky.
Okay.
So the monks are out sparring.
Yeah, we are.
Mina, once you're taken up to the library, what exactly are you looking for?
I am just looking for books that catch interest. Like, how are they divided?
It's by they're like divided in sections by topic, not really by alphabetical order.
Well, I guess since she has no idea what the hell her echo is, she's interested in like reading through magic books to see what exactly it is.
Okay. So for that, go ahead and give me an investigation roll. See if you can't find anything with like in the mass library in regards to Echo Knights.
That's a 6.
Okay. So I would say for like the first hour and a half, you don't find anything in regards to what you may be. Excuse me.
I have a DM question. Can I summon my echo and use its perception to assist me? Or like its investigation?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that since it uses my same stats.
Okay.
Right. Is it 2 separate ones or would I roll with advantage?
If it's assisting, then it's with advantage.
Okay, I'll do that. Right.
Can I say instead of going back to my room, I'm going around the place just to get a
Yeah. So just to get like a
and-
familiar feel with it.
yeah,
And 11.
as an automaton.
Okay. With an
roll
11.
Yeah. with advantage.
Your Echo is able to find a singular book talking about not really anything magic specific, but more of a different archetypes or different fighting styles that those in the martial prowess use.
Huh.
And when you begin to like flip through it, you do find information on what exactly you have become and what like those who are in your style, in your profession, I would say, what they're capable of.
Okay, so with that, I start looking, like, her curiosity's peaked, and she'll start looking for anything that relates to, like, space and time magic, since that's essentially what the Echo is.
Okay. So I'm going to say altogether, you're probably going to spend, like, if you begin to pour into this library, it's probably going to take you about a good 4 or 5 hours to find everything
fine.
that you need.
That's fine.
Okay. So a couple hours later, monks, you are done with your sparring routine. Like working out all the kinks and everything from, you know, being held up for like, or being in bed for the past couple days, feeling a bit more refreshed and everything now. Zelark, you have a bit of familiarity with the estate now, with at least probably about a good quarter of the estate. You do know that there are still other large pieces of the property that you haven't been able to get to, either aside from the just the sheer size of the estate, or because they're behind locked gates that you yourself can't get through.
Did I notice any locations where I might be able to sneak out without being noticed that I've left?
Like if you wanted to like sneak out into like the city again? Yeah, you found a couple of them that you can, they're like a couple like balcony doors and stuff you can slip on out, and they're like off in some less traveled areas of the estate when nobody is visiting and there isn't a party going on. So there's definitely entryways and pathways that you can slip on out back in the city if you want nobody to know that you've left.
Okay.
Rojan, would you say that during that time that I spent, I would have gotten my own like tome and written stuff down in it?
Do you have a tome?
Well, no. I mean, I'm sure. Does he have empty books that I could just?
Not in a
vandalize?
library. No, nobody keeps empty books in a library.
All right, then after that, I'll just head into. I'll take some of the books and then go into a study and yank one of his non-used books, a small one, not something big and noticeable.
He doesn't have any books in the study that you would be able to use. There are parchments of paper for notes, but there's nothing like book-wise.
Okay.
You know that if you want your own book, you're going to have to go into the city.
Okay. She'll inform that she requires an empty tome book.
Callie does have an empty book that you can have, but one of us has to remember that she has it because she stole it while we were in the apothecary's place.
Oh, that book has been handed off.
Someone will also have to remember that she has a bag of holding as well.
Yeah, there are items that you guys have that are going to be a surprise again because you got them while this whole ordeal was wiped from your memory.
Yep.
I think that's all it is. It's like Callie's gonna look for something in her bag and be like,
"The hell is this?"
Yeah, she's gonna reach
gone
in
from the arm.
and yeah,
It's immediately going to be the thing she's looking for. Why did 300 freaking Electrum come with this?
Right. Yeah. Then in that case, Minako will just ask Garrus directly, like, "Hey, do you have any like small unused tomes? I need one for reasons."
What sort of reasons?
No, I've been reading, and I realized what I can do, and apparently I can, in minimal ways, manipulate time and space. So I figured I'd try my hand at some things. Need a tome.
Oh, you mean like a tome to hold spells?
Sure.
You don't have to beat around the bush with me, Mina. You can just straight up tell me. I'm not going to rat you out to anyone.
Well, what if I just wanted it for poetry?
Mina, I know you well enough to know that you are not writing poetry.
Well, now out of spite, Minako will
Start writing haikus.
No, the way her made shorthand is poems.
It's in haiku.
It's out of spite. not haiku. This is not Chet.
This is
Oh, this is true. This is not Chet. Chet does haiku.
Chet does haiku.
Oh no.
It's like, well, I personally don't know everything that's in my estate, but I will ask one of my assistants to look into it. If not, someone can run out to the city for you to procure you one.
Okay. Keep it a secret.
Everything with me is a secret.
Okay. Also, HB Fox, if she recites poetry in public, people are dying. There's
Worth it.
not a single thing she's writing in that book that doesn't kill.
Like she has like this beautiful poem and everything. It's Fireball.
It's canon now. Every time you cast a spell,
It's
Julian, you have to read a poem for us.
That's
Once
only her
was a man from
shorthand.
Nantucket.
Who went and sat on a bucket?
no. She like the only reason I thought haiku is just like the Slayer haiku
No,
from
those are-
Guilty
those are
Gear for
Chet.
casting spells.
Those are Chet.
So, I got a question for you, Callie. Are we doing this until one of us is knocked out, or
It's a spar.
I figured I'd ask.
I mean, I'd like to still be awake at the end of it, so I guess I'll just have to win.
Fair enough.
Damn.
All right, here we go. And the reason I ask is because I think I can do something rather potentially life-saving.
You know,
It's odd.
Wait. You didn't ask me to do this so you could knock me out and then try something new, did you?
No, I still owed you for what we promised earlier. And at the time, I didn't know I could do certain things.
You know, it's weird. I've been feeling like I can do more than I used to be able to as well. So this will
Well,
be a good test.
all right, let's practice with a few of these. And I just kind of grab a few darts. And I throw one at you. And I'm going to do an attack at ranged.
You don't have to roll for any of this.
Yeah. So basically, deflect missiles if you want.
It's what I was just looking at on my character sheet.
So we'll just say you caught it.
Or let's say you missed.
Well, I
Okay.
did roll max on the D10.
All
So,
right. So you have a choice if you want to throw it back at me.
yeah, why not? Let's practice
I'll
all
do the
these new
same.
abilities we have. We're
I'll do
just
the
throwing
same.
the same dart back and forth.
so pretty
between
much
each
your
other.
sparring session is nothing but monk
Ping pong.
tennis.
It's not pong.
You guys are just grabbing the
it's-
same
it's-
dart and
it's
throwing it back at
actually-
each other.
It's actually limited because it's based on key points. But the other thing that we do is like I'll actually I look at a flower and sacred flame.
At a flower?
Yeah,
That poor
Well,
flower.
it was the flower or Callie.
yeah.
That flower.
And as you do that, the automaton that's been like standing there watching, he's like, please do not burn the flowers. They are rare.
And I'll spare the dying the flower.
It doesn't work on a flower.
Damn it.
And they're like, okay, I'm going to have to ask the two of you to go inside. I'm going to have to try to repair this flower.
Question. Where they're sparring, is the study I was in, was that like
No,
any window facing
no,
out?
no, it's not.
Okay.
The study that you are in doesn't have any windows.
Okay.
Now, when
Eh.
Solark, when he was, moseying.
No, the
about,
only
you
two
noticed
that would have noticed this would be Callie and Reiju, and then the automaton.
At that point, as we're leaving, like I just kind of prestidigitation the ash away as I'm walking away.
Well, there's no ash. The flower is still there. It was just burned.
10 damage to a flower, it survived.
Mhm.
Damn. The soot. The soot.
The flower will remember this.
One day,
One
vines. will-
day it'll grow up into a big, strong, shambling mound, and it'll come after you.
Even worse, a mic and it
Nature
kinda
and
starts
nature
growing.
will remember this.
And when it does, I'll
Pardon?
cast shield.
The flower's name is Pamela.
So, yeah, like at one point you actually do see like a shimmering shield just appear out of nowhere when you try and strike at me.
So after everyone does their stuff for the day, are you meeting back up in the dining room for dinner?
Dinner
I guess.
time.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
it's
waiting.
not
I'm
really
waiting.
lunch.
I assume I'm waiting still for my tome.
Yeah, you're still waiting for your tome. It's going to take some time.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see. Not gonna start a food fight. Not gonna start a food fight. Not gonna start a food fight. Might start a food fight. I don't know.
So Gaius is there as well, and he's already sat at the table when the rest of you enter. Oh, good. You decided to join me. I was wondering if you may have forgotten.
Oh, just had to get some good exercise in. Apparently we both learned a few new tricks.
As did all of you.
Yeah, apparently I control space and time.
You what?
What?
I can manipulate space and time. This is what that is. That's
I look
a
over
me.
at the echo.
That's me from a different time.
I just poke at it.
It's solid.
Huh.
Zelark chooses the seat that allows him to see most of the room.
Okay.
And
It's
everyone.
gonna sit at the far end of the table.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Everyone else
50
is
seats
like
later.
everyone else is on the other end. Gaius is at the head, and everyone else is like sitting close to him. And then Zelark's on the other end.
Every
I'm
time
not
Zelark
fully on
says
the other
something,
end, but
every time
yeah.
Zelark says something, I'm like,
What?
Oh, Zelark said this.
I'm far enough away that I'm not like completely with the group, but you know, I'm just enough
You're off to the side.
that yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, I don't fully trust this guy.
Yeah, like if you sat all the way
You
at the
are-
end, I was
you
just gonna
are-
cast darkness on you.
You are smart for not fully trusting him.
He talks to demons.
Well, to be fair, he's a tiefling.
True.
Wow.
He's a tiefling of Rashkasha's descent. So, you know.
I just know that even the Thieves Guild wouldn't cross him.
Oh, yeah. Everyone knows that if you cross Gaius, you're gonna have a bad time.
But yeah, apparently I have certain control over space and time.
Are you sure you're not a mage?
I don't know anymore.
Strangely, neither do I.
We'll get there eventually.
So I have some wonderful news. Your assailants have been apprehended.
Sweet, where are they so I could go stab them?
They're already taken care of.
They're dead.
Not really.
Paid
More,
them
well,
off
they're
to
not-
elsewhere.
they're exiled. They're on their
Not dead.
they're on their way to South Point. Do not have to worry. They will not be back.
What is South Point?
We would know that
Yes,
because that's
South Point is a pretty much a prison community that is deep into the south parts of the desert, almost near the accursed border, where those who have not only been exiled but who have committed various crimes are sent.
I guess Minako would know exactly what that is since that's where she was supposed to probably glow. Since she is in exile.
No, this is for like the criminals of the
Oh,
city.
okay.
Like those who
Alright.
have like
from
commi-
the city.
yeah,
All right.
those
okay.
who have
Not-
committed
okay.
murder or who are like, oh,
Mages.
I'm a mage, time for necromancy. Anybody who's like heavily violated the law is going to be like sent down to South Point. While most
necromancy.
it's time for necromancy. While anyone else is pretty much just, if you're exiled, you're kicked out of the city and, you know, thrown to the desert, and nature takes care of you.
Wonderful.
The difference between get out and go there.
Yeah.
So that means we could possibly go back to what we were doing after this meal.
Possibly, but I would stay away from the library for now.
Bad memories, or
If I
Clean up.
know these individuals like I do know, that they will still have eyes on you. It's best to remain here when you're not wandering the city.
oh right, the hunters have been removed, but the jackdaw are still a problem. Okay.
Well, the jackdaw will always be a problem unless you begin to go on a murder spree to.
We're just gonna start calling
Don't
that a Mina
say
spree.
that around Mina.
We're just gonna go on a Mina spree.
I mean, I don't think anyone would bat an eye if you eradicated the jackdaw, but
Then
That-
why was I stopped?
because that isn't the only camp. That isn't the only stronghold they have.
No, I mean, a few days ago we had one pinned.
Are you talking about Junior? That boy,
I don't know his name. I was just threatening to,
the boy.
sculpt his
You
balls.
threatened to chop off his dick with an iron pike fired up by the
Yes,
kiln.
that poor boy that you scared senseless.
Yeah.
He's no longer a jackdaw.
Oh, then see, it worked.
Scared straight.
Well, he's not even alive anymore.
Mina,
Don't
what did
care.
you do?
I haven't
Oh,
killed anybody.
he was one of those. She ran over with the skiff.
Mina.
Oh, then I guess
Oh,
it did kill him.
Whoops. Well then,
I mean, we specifically told him not to get involved with the jackdaw after that. That's his own fault.
this is true.
He was broken out of prison though by the jackdaw. So
Huh.
Is dinner in front of us, or
yeah, like food has been served while all this conversation has been going on.
what are we eating?
Various meats. Not-
Snit would be having a field day right now.
Yeah.
I miss.
You don't see a vegetable in sight. It's all just various meats and soups.
Oh,
Minago's gonna ask about vegetables.
What about them?
Why is there like none on this plate?
Oh, I apologize. I normally don't eat them.
You know
My
what? It's free. Who cares?
my heritage has made me more of a carnivore than anything. Vegetables disagree with me.
She'll just start eating.
Uh,
When's
guys.
my package going to arrive?
It all depends on when they can find a tome for you.
Well, I mean, fuck me. I told you not to say anything. Could have been more discreet about it.
It's a book, Mina. You said you were using it for poetry.
Right.
Sorry, did you say Mina was doing poetry?
Yes. Is there something wrong with that?
No, I didn't know you did poetry.
Why? Why is that such a surprise?
Well, I mean, you just have
I'd watch what you say.
such a tough and strong exterior. I didn't.
Some find it focusing.
I mean, it's not. I don't. Oh dear. It's not like a bad thing or anything. I just can I hear some?
No.
Oh,
Zelark is just chuckling to himself while feeding meat to Somar.
The fuck you laughing at? Why are you sitting all the way over there? Why aren't you sitting with the rest of us? all of a sudden we're not good enough. You don't sell
Because
shit.
I have
you-
sense. I don't necessarily trust the events of the past 2 days.
He also does not trust
Oh.
me.
Oh, enlighten us. Oh, great vendor of spoons.
Oh no, he's well in the right not to trust me. Nobody should fully trust me.
But I trust you.
I deal with the information and work with all walks of life in the city.
Listen,
My allegiance is to myself and whoever pays me.
Speaking of which,
And I'm just like,
And he's very
Can I-
open about it.
yeah, can I ask a request from you,
Of course.
Mr. Guys?
Please,
there's
dude,
a-
please just call me Gaius. Do not use Mr.
Okay, guys. Snit mentioned a certain artificer guild leader. I believe her name. She's a highborn elf, if I remember correctly. And I was wondering if either one I could either talk to this person.
An artificer? The Artificers Guild?
Valindra Nebella,
Oh no. Valindra is not the
guild leader.
the head of the Artificers Guild. She's the head of the Merchants Guild.
Oh, the Merchants Guild.
And in all sense of anything, the head of the city. She is the
Oh.
most influential woman in the city. Nothing happens without her say so.
Okay. How well would you say you know her?
I tend not to socialize. We have conflicting interests, to say the least. But as you should not trust me, you should definitely not trust her. The term
Okay.
snake in the grass is an understatement.
So, if I wanted to gather information about her, you wouldn't be the one to talk to.
If you wish to gather information about her, I would say banish that from your thoughts.
Really?
Word gets around, especially when it's people looking into Valindra, who she is, her past, her present, what her future plans are. If you begin to dip into that well of knowledge, she will know. And
It
then-
might be a beneficial thing, really,
Uh,
both of us.
she sees it as a slight. She is she's very private when it comes to her personal life and her information about her. What is it that you're looking for that you need to find information on?
I gingerly pull out the necklace. She has a similar one.
Oh.
And
And
I
it's like
have-
you kind of see like a light kind of like flash over his eyes for a moment. You have
I
one
have-
of those.
And I have no idea what it is.
Hide that. Do not show it to anyone else in the city.
Okay.
That makes you a target
For whom?
for death.
We're being hunted?
Oh, no. That's right there is something that Valindra collects. And by I mean collects, I mean by any means necessary.
Oh.
There's a story about those.
Is it a story you know well?
Bits and pieces.
I'd love to hear it sometime.
Well, I can tell it to you now. I mean, you have one of them. You should at least know what mark of death you're carrying around your neck.
That's fair.
There are 5 of them.
5.
There are 5. They are rumored to be keys. Keys to paradise, to restoring what was lost in the calamity that has befallen our land. Though, whomever opens paradise has control of paradise, or so the rumors go. And because of that, those who are in possession of one or more are seeking out the rest. Valindra? Wow, I just lost my tongue there for a moment. Valindra has 2 of them. You would make 3.
Noted. Do they have any? I guess the term I'm trying to think of is similarity, because I think I know why mine is the way it is.
It's, from what I understand, they are all necklaces. They all possess some sort of gemstone in the middle. And they all resonate with one another. They glow within the presence of others.
Oh dear, I should definitely stay clear of her then.
Yes, she wears one as well, but openly.
She's actively looking.
Oh yes, she is very interested in restoring the land, repairing the scar, as she would say. If you believe the rumors, her ancestry ties to those who caused the calamity. And she was alive before the calamity struck.
So she's a mage?
No, she's not the mage. She's just very long-lived.
No, I mean, if she's related to the calamity, weren't mages that caused it?
Well, yes. Some of her bloodline were the mages that caused said calamity.
She's hoping to clear her name.
She's
From the sound of it.
hoping to clear her family name.
Exactly.
I only know bits and pieces of what exactly happened, as the calamity was well before my time. But if you believe the rumors, it was a failed attempt at capturing the essence of a long dead god. That's the High Elves of Kamiraska, a very prosperous and magical kingdom across the seas, had attempted to acquire. Though, much like every other sense of trying to capture the essence of a god, it failed and gave us this bountiful, beautiful land around us.
Oh dear.
Yes. So, I don't know how you came across this, but you wear a piece of history around you.
If I may, I grew up in a monastery. This is free knowledge, no problems here. When I was found, this came with it.
Oh. A
I
child
don't
of
even-
destiny.
I don't even know who my parents are. And judging from what I've been capable of doing in the last couple days, seems we might not be too far off from being familiar.
Well, you don't have any of her appearances, and I don't see any high elf in you, but you are definitely of elven descent.
So your family fucked things up too?
No. The Kamiraskans would not deal with Reju's sect of elves. They were very, well, racist, to say the least.
Oh dear. Well, hell.
which I would have to say, not let her see you with that piece of history around your neck, because she will flip out. While she is a very well-respected member of society, she kind of still holds her ancestry's views on people.
So she is not the one.
Not the one what? Were you thinking she was your mother?
No. Something else.
No. It just seems fate has played a cruel trick on you. Though, if you look at it in the more positive stance, you are only a couple more pieces of that puzzle away from restoring paradise.
One issue. You said there were 5, yes?
Yes.
The story I was told was that there were 6.
Huh. Seems that there is a bit of a break in the story. Though
Indeed.
tales of legend normally have various meanings depending on, well, not various meanings, but various facts strewn about them depending on who's telling what. As I said, these are only the rumors that I have heard.
Hmm.
And she believes that there are only 5. So
I
maybe there
tuck
are
it
5,
away.
maybe there are 6. Maybe the
Maybe I'm
6th,
6.
maybe you're the 6th. Maybe the 6th is requires the sacrifice of a human soul, or the blood of various virgins, or who knows. Magic is weird and very
Magic
dark.
is weird. Speaking of dark.
But
Never mind. Another party trick for later. Thank you for the food. I think I'm gonna go back to my room now.
of course.
She just beelines it right to the room.
Locks the door, locks the window.
No, locks the window, but not the door.
Okay.
Just kind of sits on the bed. It's definitely not a coincidence. Starts meditating.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing? And actually, before we get to that, let's go ahead and take a break real quick. Are we doing the dice giveaway for this show, Fox? Or are we going to do it on the Christmas show?
Normally we would be doing it on this one, but because of the late start, I think we will just push it to the later show tonight.
Okay. All right. So give us about 5 minutes or so, everyone. We just got to get up, get something to drink, all that fun stuff, and we will be right back. And we are back. So, while Reiju goes up into the room and enters panic mode meditation, what are the rest of you doing while you're still downstairs enjoying a meal with Gaius? You're muted, Julian.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I need a spell book to be able to do my spells, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Even if I like know what I'm gonna write in them.
Because since you chose a point you took a level in Wizard.
Yeah.
Wizards are the dumb race, or not the dumb race, but the dumb magic class, to where you have to commit your spells to memory every day because you forget them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there like a napkin that she can write on? Like, would that count as a scroll?
No, would not count as a scroll. No.
Okay.
Because in order to transfer spells over to like between books, you actually need like decent parchment and magical ink.
Okay.
It can't be normal ink. It has to be magical ink.
Hey, Wiznat, you remember that episode where they talked to the shopkeep and was like, "Oh yeah, that wizard stuff."
Yeah. Wizard stuff.
Oh my
I
goodness.
should be caught up to Critical Role by the end of
I'm
the
not.
year.
I've missed the last few sessions, so
All right. Well, I guess I'm just waiting for my poetry book and special ink if there's any.
Gaius looks over at the rest of you. I hope I did not worry her too much. She did ask.
One thing I don't know if I've asked this before. It's been a long season or session, but do I recognize that Reiju is a drow?
Yes, like everyone knows what a drow is.
Okay.
There are other drow that like in the lands and in the like in the city itself.
Okay, I didn't know how
No.
far of what
No.
she knows about herself. Or not.
There were sects of drow in the lands before the calamity happened, and they did survive. They are like the dwarves, more in the mountain regions and everything, because they're still like technically in their version of the Underdark.
Okay.
But yes,
are they like classically known as, are they more accepted in this society, or
like
are we-
after the calamity, like most of society hasn't really given a damn what you were. It's more
Okay.
everyone has come together in a means to continue surviving.
Okay.
Survival has pretty much put any sort of negative feelings towards one another based off race to like off to the side. There are still some like Valindra who are, still holding on to that, but for the most part, basic society just doesn't care anymore. As long as you can help contribute to people surviving, you're welcome in.
fucking boomers?
Fucking boomers. That's a way to describe high elves. Yeah, boomers. I mean, checking the tracking info every hour on the spell book. You didn't pay for same day delivery, so you don't have Amazon Prime.
I don't think she paid for shit.
It's not the house.
That's what happens when you get free shipping.
Zelark is really not one to join in small talk or anything anyways, so as soon as he's done eating, he scoops up Somar and just like, with that, I will be down for the night, and I will start heading off to my room. But instead of actually going to my room, I will be finding one of those areas I've already scoped out that I could sneak out and go into the city.
You're going to sneak out into the city? Okay.
Yep.
What about Callie?
Allie has been sitting at the table giving Gaius a weird look since he said that we shouldn't trust him. She's very confused by that statement
Yeah, and
because she's always trusted him and he's done her favors on several occasions.
Gaius does notice the weird looks that you're giving him. He's, something wrong with Callie?
Yeah, I don't understand. Well, I don't understand a lot of what you said, but one thing in particular, you said we can't trust you,
No, I said you shouldn't
trust
trust me.
but I trust you.
And I appreciate that, but you should have a bit of doubt in things I say. Because while I may give you the truth, I do not give you the whole truth.
Then what are you hiding?
Things that are too important to reveal, or would be too disastrous for you to know.
I mean, if not knowing those things means that trouble doesn't come looking for us, then I'm okay not knowing
Well,
them.
trouble doesn't come looking for you, or trouble doesn't come looking for my other clients.
That too, I don't want to cause anyone any trouble.
Just, I have my hands in a lot of this city. I have clients that range from your average bartenders to high-ranking members in the circle of judges. Everyone comes to me for information. And as such...
What exactly happened
Into what?
to us?
I explained what happened to you. You were ambushed. Thankfully, my associates and I were there to assist.
But you just said you don't tell the whole truth. So what's the part that's missing?
He just kind of shrugs. If I told you that, then you would have all the information, which could put some people in danger, including yourselves.
Well, I'm used to danger.
Now, this is more danger than even you may be able to handle at the moment. Just know when the time is right, all information will be provided.
I feel like there's just things are getting a little bit out of control. I mean, like a week ago, I was just a normal courier in the city, and then suddenly those two sisters fell into my charge for some reason. I'm just a courier, but they put me in charge, and then one of them left, and I couldn't do anything about it. And then all these jackdaw, and then we got ambushed, and then another one has locked herself away, and I don't remember the last few days. There's so much I can't. It's a lot.
Oh, indeed. Indeed. Well, fate has chosen you to play a part in the lives of others.
I thought my part was just delivering things.
Well, it was until, well, those sisters arrived. And now you're
goes
in
back to them.
And now you're in something that's even bigger than you.
Do anything out of line, I will not hesitate to drive my sword through your throat. And she'll go to her room.
You may
And she'll
try.
as she walks, she'll tap his shoulder very condescendingly.
And as you tap his shoulder, he just places a hand on yours and just gives it a soft squeeze. You can try, but it won't work.
Well, I'm glad she was talking to you and not me.
Well, she has nothing wrong against you. Mina's just
Mina, I know.
the mistrusting type, and I don't blame her. I mean,
Be a little bit nicer about it, though.
Honestly, she has the right sense of thought with dealing with me. Expect betrayal. Expect that your information is being shared with others.
You keep saying that, but I don't think I believe that. I think you're a nice guy.
Oh, I am a nice guy. I'm a delight to be around.
You are.
But with the right price, I will tell people information that you may want to keep secret.
Well, it's a good thing I had nothing to hide.
Oh, you do. You do.
No, I don't.
I've seen
Just
what I've
make
seen
sure,
what's in
is
that
it-
I've seen what's in that loft of yours.
Oof.
Your
Is it just
it's just
him
the
and,
two of them. It's just the
I
two of them. The documents that you are making.
Just wanted to practice my calligraphy.
And the false signet, what is that? There's nothing you can get around me, Callie. I have eyes everywhere.
But you won't tell anyone, right?
I have no reason to tell anyone right now. And that's so minor of an offense that I don't believe anybody would need to know.
Exactly. It's, it's just some writing and some scribbles. It doesn't matter.
Oh, it would matter to the right people if it was caught.
So what you're saying is I should get rid of it.
Or get better.
Would that put me in danger, though?
The better the forgery, the less likely you'll be caught.
I suppose that makes sense. Maybe I should get to practicing. She reaches into her bag and her hand just keeps going. As she pulls it out. Something's wrong with my bag.
Nothing wrong with your bag. It's a bag of holding. A magic item.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You got that the other day.
What happened to my other bag?
You replaced it. Why carry two bags when you have one that can practically carry anything?
Suppose that also makes sense. We went shopping and forgot about it?
You were in bad shape when you were brought here.
Clearly.
Most of you have forgotten what has transpired. Syra hasn't, and she's working on something right now.
Well, hopefully when she's ready to rejoin us, she'll fill in the blanks, because there are a lot of blanks.
Speaking of which, I should probably go check on her. I did promise her I would help her.
Oh, okay. I don't suppose it would be a problem if, like, I just did some laps around your home here. I need to run.
Is he just like, I don't care. Just don't break anything.
I'll try. And she just bolts.
Amy.
Yep.
Ostrich off for a run.
100 some odd feet per second.
We have another character doing the zoomies around a location.
Yep.
Crash, tumble.
All right. So about an hour or so after you excuse yourself, Mina, there's a soft knock at your door.
Okay.
And one of the automatons is standing there, and in their hand there is a leather-bound tome and a small well of ink and a quill.
She'll grab it and bolt to the study where she left the books.
Okay. And you're just gonna start transcribing the spells that you want in your book. Okay. So, Zelark, you have successfully slipped into the city. What are you looking for?
Before that, I'm curious. Due to my racial trait, at 5th level, I get another disguise self per day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would I have realized when I used the first one that I am stronger now?
Yeah,
that I could do it again.
You feel that like you could, your body feels like it could probably acclimate again and do another disguise self.
Okay.
On your person.
In that case, once I get into the city, I will disguise self and just change myself into just a normal human, random person.
Just like somebody who's blending in with in with. Okay.
And first, I will. First things first, I will go to my house. Because, yeah, commoner number 3.
Okay.
And just go.
So
I need to check on my house.
When you
my first priority.
when you start going towards your house, can I get what's your passive perception, by the way?
My passive perception is 10.
All right, can I get a perception check from you then?
Yep. 7.
Okay.
I am not perceptive.
You are not. So you begin to, walk up to, begin to walk around the area to your loft. Everything seems to appear normal. The building is in one piece. The normal tenants are standing around, enjoying the night air. It is a weekend day, so the street is a little more active as night festivities have begun.
We haven't discussed this at all. So is there like a back alleyway or entrance or something?
Yeah, there are
my
like
place?
back alleyways, but you're kind of like up on like the second story of this like, I guess you would call it a complex. Not really a complex, but a collection of buildings. They're like spaced out in a way to where they're two-story buildings. Each story is a different person's like apartment, and then they're spaced out into squares. So like between the buildings are those little alleyways that you could pass through.
All right. And due to my suspicious nature, would I have set up like a secondary way of escaping from my house in case of like?
I would assume that Zelark would have like a plan B and plan C just in case he had to back out of the apartment really quick without going through the front door.
Okay, yeah, because I'm trying to get into my place without being noticed, because I trust that what he says, that I'm being watched, whether or not I see them or
Okay.
not. So yeah, I'm going to stealthily use one of the other ways to get into my place.
All right, go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
That's 20.
20. All right, so you go around the back and you reach over and you pull out a rope that you have hidden that allows you to climb up onto like the balcony window of your loft. And now you're standing on the balcony with the beaded entrance separating you from the outside from the inside of your house.
I will do a quick. I'll just go in.
Okay. And you walk in, and the entire room is dark because, well, you haven't been there, and none of the candles are lit.
But
Do you
I do
have
dark vision?
You have dark vision. Okay, so when you step in, your dark vision kind of settles in. Only for like a brief second are you blinded.
Okay. Does the room look trashed or anything?
No sanity plays. Thank you for that raid.
Nice.
Go ahead and give me an investigation roll for that one.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. It doesn't look like it's been trashed, but things are definitely out of place.
By the way, that's a total 25.
Yeah, like you don't see like somebody's like ransacked the area or anything, but you could definitely tell that there are things in your apartment that are in places you yourself did not leave them, giving you sort of a feeling that somebody has definitely been here.
All right, I will immediately immediately go to the wardrobe and open it up and look at the very bottom and see if there's a folded cloth with a lyre in it.
It's still there.
Okay. So at this point, I will take that and tuck it into my coat, and do I have like a components pouch or anything like that, or just components
For like spells and
some
whatnot?
spells and stuff?
Yeah.
Around the house, can I like just gather those into a pouch and like create a component pouch?
Yeah, you just like put everything you need into it. Yeah.
Okay, then I will do that and just grab some. There's two other things I wanted to buy, but besides that, I think I'm good, and I will exit out. We'll say I came in through Plan C. I'll go out through Plan B.
All right. So Plan B is like a little hatch that you've tucked away in the corner of the ceiling that you pretty much slide open, and you can climb out up onto the roof of the building.
Then yeah, I'll do that to leave my place and make my way to find Chitter.
Okay.
To just try to gain more information about what has happened the past 2 days.
Okay. And try as you might, like, you scour all of Chitter's known locations and everything, you can't find him. Coincidentally, any of your other guild contacts don't seem to be where they normally would be on a busy weekend night. It's almost as if all of your contacts have gone dark.
Which in itself is quite alarming. Then at that point, I'm going to make my way to the guild.
Okay.
Or yeah, I'll make my way to the guild. Just not necessarily going into it, but like around it, just to see if the guild itself has gone dark as well.
Okay. So you go through like a couple of the back streets, and it takes you a bit of time because the guild is in an area that all of the members tend to color as the middle of nowhere, as it's pretty much located in the dead center of the city where all of the different rings or the different tiers sort of like intersect. But when you get there, when you get around the area, you do begin to notice a couple black sashes on various buildings and whatnot, and you know that to be a warning to you and those you are associated with to keep away at the moment. Basically, the guild is quarantining.
Okay.
Like, either somebody was discovered or something happened that's putting members in danger, so they're pretty much throwing up that black flag for you to stay away. And it kind of begins to click. It begins to click in your mind that you were attacked.
Mm-hmm.
The Jackdaw, like, out of anyone, the Jackdaw would know who you are, because the Jackdaw are a broken sect of the Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
And after Gaius and his associates stepped in, job wasn't finished. So they may be going dark to protect themselves from others finding them to get to you.
All right. As soon as I notice the black things, can I look around to see if I'm being watched by anyone?
Sure. Go ahead and give me another perception roll.
15.
15. All right, this time around, up on some of like the higher parts of the ring, oh, not the ring, but the tier of commerce, you do see two hooded figures kind of standing close to one another, like, and you feel their eyes just on you.
All right. I will then start making my way away from the guild and in the most crisscross, confusing way back to the Gyrus's towards
Okay.
Gyrus's place.
So the moment you begin to like walk off, you notice the two of them begin to move, and you now know you are being tailed. And as you begin to crisscross through the streets and everything, they're right on you, keeping about a good 45 foot distance between you and them. And as it begins to become apparent that you're trying to lose them, you catch a glimpse of them as they begin to break into a run after you.
I will go down the first alley I can, and that has things that I could like hide behind,
Okay.
and immediately cast a silent image, and not that one. Sound image, and have my image continue running down the alley, and then immediately taking like a left, down another, and just off.
Okay.
Trying to have them go after them, and hiding myself in the process. And with that, that is a 17 stealth.
Okay. So you see one of them or the two of them run off and begin to chase the image, and you breathe a sigh of relief for just a brief moment as a dagger like streaks across your face and like embeds itself into one of the boxes that you tucked yourself between, and you look up and there is one pretty much spider climbing down the wall frantically after you.
Hold on. Where's it at?
It's almost like having a murderous small dragon lady would have been real helpful here.
Where's Mina when you got to turn the murder signal on?
I will immediately
To the murder cave.
Right?
do charm person.
Okay. What is the save on that?
That is let's make a wisdom saving throw. So I forget. Where do I find that?
Click on your just bring the charm person spell up into the information here. It's got to make a wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Yeah. I just don't know what the
It's your spell save DC. It should say on your spell page what your spell save DC is.
If you have a spell attack, just add 8.
it says 0, so
Give me a
I
moment.
think I may have edited it wrong at some point.
What class are you?
Charm person was
Oh no, what class are you? Are you you're the rogue, right?
rogue and bard.
Rogue and bard, so it would go off of your charisma modifier.
Charisma, so that's a
So
plus
it'll be
3.
8 plus proficiency plus charisma mod is the DC.
Yeah, what's your so it would be 13 would be the save.
8
plus
your proficiency modifier, which I believe is still 2.
No, it's actually gone up.
3.
3? Okay, so that's 11 plus the 3 would be 14.
Yeah, 14.
All right, so it makes a 19 on the save. And the moment you cast that spell, it seems to realize that you are, as it stops mid-crawl and it pulls back its hood, and you just see this singular eye in the center of its forehead and just this drooling mouth kind of open up, full like these razor sharp teeth, and the eye begins to glow as a beam fires out towards you. So I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay, so you're only taking half of this. So you're going to take 8 points of fire damage as this beam strikes out, and it barely singes you as it collides into the box that the dagger was previously there. And you see as it hits the box, it just falls to ash. And as you dodge out, you can see it begins to spider climb towards you again.
I will just take off at a dead sprint.
Okay.
So, good 60 feet of movement away.
All right. So you
opposite of my silent.
Yeah. So you begin to dead sprint, trying to like make your way out of the area, and you can hear this thing kind of just like breaking through like boxes and stuff, as now it's like in a dead sprint trying to catch up to you. And as you're sprinting, can I get another dex check from you?
Dex. Just a straight dex or
Dex save.
dex save. 10.
10. Okay. So not bad, but you're gonna take a point of bludgeoning damage, and you're gonna like kind of like bounce off the wall for a moment as another one breaks through like a side entrance and slams into you, and you kind of check off the wall. And again, as it stands up from its shoulder check, you can again see that's another singular eye and just like that misshapen mouth staring at you. And when you look back, you can see that there are another 3 that have joined that one that previously shot the laser at you.
Fun.
But you haven't necessarily failed the thing, so you're still running.
And can I do a cantrip as a bonus action?
Your cantrips will tell you if they're actions or bonus actions.
Okay.
Like they have their own casting times as well.
All right. Then screw that. I will instead just keep
Okay.
running.
All right. So you run and you're dipping and sliding underneath things, but these things are right on you. Any obstacle that you try to like agilely like jump over or anything, they're just crashing through, not really giving much thought to their safety or trying to be stealth at any moment.
I will say I'm not necessarily. I'm trying to do it in a way that they're gonna have to change their momentum in order to follow me. Like I'll kick off a wall to go.
Oh yeah, and they're following you, and some of them like make the turns, others crash into the walls and like begin to follow. It's apparent that these things are more in a frenzy than anything. Like they've seen you and it's not going well.
Yeah, at this point I'm just
So you begin to you again begin to dip and dive through the alleyways, and you come to a split in your path, like to where you can either take the left or right road, or alley I should say.
I go right.
Okay, you go right. And as you go right, like as you round that corner, two beams slam into that wall, and you could feel like chunks of the brick kind of like hitting you in the back. But thankfully no damage. And you get to you run about a good another 45 feet and you come into a solid wall.
Shit.
And you like look up, and it's not really something you can quickly climb without putting yourself in danger. And you look around and you can see now about 10 of these things slowing their pace now because they now think that they have you cornered.
Before they do, I have a moment before they come in.
No, because they're pretty much on you. They're on your heels by the time you find out that this is a dead end.
Then how many are there?
There's about 10 of them now.
Screw it. And there's nothing around me. Is there any way I can either go through a building or?
No, this is pretty much a dead end. Yeah, it was at this moment he knew he fucked up.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So
it was nice knowing you, Zelark.
Right.
As you're like staring down these things, someone lands in front of you. And then they bring up a like a staff and they slam it down into the ground. And as they do, a bright light emanates forward from it. And those creatures kind of like let out a shriek and then vanish into wisp.
I will walk back away from the person, just super trusting,
And
with two darts in each of my hand, just palmed, ready to throw.
I told you not to leave. And yet you did anyway. Do I need to lock you in your room? And as Gaius turns around, kind of with like a very annoyed look on his face.
And I just give him like a shrug look and put the darts back. It's like, I had to confirm for myself.
Well, now you have your confirmation. Can we go home?
After you.
No. After you.
All right. And I walk past him and
You know,
start
you're
heading
still
back.
a troublemaker, just not the troublemaker anymore.
Remember when Minako was the alleged trouble? No, Minako is the war criminal, not the troublemaker.
I'm the subtle troublemaker.
Oh yeah, because there was subtlety in that.
Yeah, getting chased around town by a bunch of.
I was subtle until I wasn't.
By the way, those beams they were firing at you were disintegration.
Yeah.
Miniature
I'm a rogue, right?
disintegration.
Oh no, not miniature
Great.
disintegration. Just full on disintegration.
The fuck?
Rage, he was about to get Thanos snapped.
Legitimately, yeah.
So you make it back to the house. It takes a good 45 minutes because you like in your running you did get turned around a little bit.
I mean,
City's big.
Oh, the city is huge.
Yeah.
This is not some tiny desert community. If anything, this is like a metropolis. It's the biggest and pretty much most important city in the region. Because the Merchants Guild pretty much controls all commerce coming to and going from itself. It's the central hub. like the other cities depend on this city to pretty much thrive.
Check real quick. Was I still disguised?
Yeah, you were.
So how would I guess they can just kind of look through it, I guess.
You ain't slick, kid.
So I'm pretty much
That's
getting
pretty
thing-
sus.
The thing
walked
is
back
the reason why
commoner number 3.
the reason why I had you roll that perception check when you were at your house, like when you're like outside of it, was to see if you noticed the hooded figures that were keeping an eye on the building, but you rolled a 7. So
Yeah.
like they saw you go into it and then they saw you come out the roof with and so they're like, okay, that's weird.
I mean,
So
I
they
did
don't
the
know-
best I could.
They don't know if you were Zelark or if you were working for Zelark to get something for him. All they knew is you came from that house, so you got to die.
Now
Makes sense.
remember the part where Zelgart told his house was being watched, and then he went to it anyway.
But not as Zelark.
This is true. But
So was that an hour or longer than an hour? That entire thing?
no, not that. Oh, you mean from the time that you left to the time that you got back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were gone for probably about an hour.
Okay. So as we're getting back to his house, I'm turning back into Zelark,
Yeah.
being led in, like I'm getting led into the principal's office. At that point, I will go in and go
Yeah,
straight.
like Gaius doesn't
upstairs.
say anything to you. He kind of like walks by and he puts the staff into a rack and he walks off on his own. And then like as you do, you hear an echoing click as like all of the locks in the house just activate.
Thaumaturgy. Yep. At that point, I just go back up to my room, and as I get in there, close the door, I will pull out the lyre and unwrap it just to make sure nothing
Yeah,
got damaged.
no,
in
the lyre is
all
still the lyre is still in good condition.
and then I'll wrap it back up and kind of hide it in the room.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
All right, is anyone else Callie
No,
slams into the door at top speed because she could have sworn it was unlocked.
Oh, ouch.
Wait, so is Minako trapped in the study?
No, just that all the perimeter
Oh,
locks
okay.
are
I was
now
gonna say this
active.
fucking blows.
Yeah, everyone is just locked where they are at the moment.
The Minako's gonna hold her tricks for the next day.
Okay. Well, Minako would have to hold her tricks for the next day because she has to study her book when she wakes up. It takes time to prepare those spells. Is anyone Callie, since you're running around the grounds, you probably would have noticed at one point Gaius leaving and then about an hour later coming back with Zelark.
Makes a mental note of it, but keeps doing her laps. And there's been a lot of revelations today. I don't think she can handle another one.
Okay. So night passes. All of you get to sleep. I need a wisdom roll from each of you. Just
Straight wisdom.
straight wisdom.
Damn. Well,
I'm a monk. I should be good at that, right?
I actually don't have a bad wisdom stat. But I rolled really, really bad.
So the wisdom modifier.
Just wisdom modifier.
It's a
Alright.
5.
Ooh,
22.
19.
I have a 0 wisdom and I rolled a 6.
All right, so nobody has to worry about anything. You wake up in the everyone wakes up in the morning, and you like, again, you wake up with like a pounding headache, just like a sense of something is lost. It's like within reach, like your memories are within reach, but there's just that thick fog still in your mind that is preventing you from seeing fully what happened that previous night. But everyone wakes up and to a soft knock at their door, letting them know that breakfast is served.
Minaka's gonna wait a little bit. She needs to prep her
Okay.
book.
Delicious. I just walk out. Not as cheery as she used to be, but she's definitely walking out with a little spring to her step.
As Callie zooms by you, going straight for the food.
Zellark goes in and just quietly sits down and pulls a couple pieces of meat to the side for Somar to eat.
There is now fruit as well.
And just silently eats by himself.
Orange.
Does anyone else feel like their head has had all their feathers plucked out in the night? Ugh.
Yes, and I don't even have feathers.
As you say that, a tea is laid out in front of all of you. And the automaton that serves is like, Master Gaius says that is parts of, or a side effect of losing your memories. This tea should help ease the pain.
Fair enough. I take a swig.
Callie just downs a whole mug of it.
And like, as you're drinking it, it definitely does begin to alleviate the pressure that's booming in your skull.
Yeah, I wait like a good minute after they started drinking just to make sure
It wasn't
before I
poison.
start
See if we
drinking
die
as
or
well.
not.
Yeah, you guys are the test penguins. So,
Ellie, do you have poison immunity or no?
Not yet.
Not yet.
So hopefully it's not poison.
it's not. It's like a very sweet tea. It's like almost green tea and honey. But it does begin to alleviate the pain in your head.
Does help.
And by the time like Mina comes down, after studying her book, Gaius joins you as well. So from the way that he looks, he's been up for the past couple hours. And he sits down in like a very he's now wearing like a very crushed blue velvet like suit. He sits down and looks around at all of you and begins to eat. Well, some of you had an eventful night last night.
Didn't take you for a early riser.
Oh, I am up before the sun every day.
Same.
Business does not wait for those who sleep.
That's fair.
Truth be told, I only sleep an hour a night.
Only an hour.
Only need to. No, I've
That's
been
relatable.
with Syra since the early hours of the morning, working with her.
Oh,
When can I speak to her? I need to.
When she's good and ready to see everyone. She has, let's just say she was more affected than the rest of you.
is there any way we could help the process?
No, she must work on it on her own. I am providing as much assistance as I can. But it will take some time.
So, anything you want to share with us? She looks at Gaius, and then she looks at Zelark, and then she looks back at Gaius.
Zelark does not look up.
Kind of picks up there and it's like, hey,
Are you
Callie,
two a thing? Are you guys dating?
did they?
As he kind of looks up, and Gaius kind of shakes his head. He's like, he's not my type. No, someone.
To be fair, I don't think Zelark's anybody's type.
I had some errands to run last night, and Zelark accompanied me.
I thought you said we weren't supposed to leave.
Well, you can leave if you're with me. I mean, I could make sure that nobody, or at least, help provide assistance in a fight. But no, it was an uneventful night. We simply went out to procure some items that were needed. I have a working relationship with Zelark and knew that he could be trusted to hold his tongue.
Because I was specifically instructed by Gaius that I shouldn't trust him, I rolled an insight.
Mm-hmm.
I got a nat 20 for a total of 27.
Sounds like he's telling the truth.
Guy's a good liar.
I know nothing.
Like you get a sense that there is the full truth isn't being told, but you can't put your finger on it.
Oh.
May not necessarily believe him, but I also have no reason not to.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, I know you're lying, but I don't have any proof.
Yeah.
Guys, do you have anything I could test things on that you wouldn't be worried if they're broken?
Not it.
That is a very worrisome question, Mina. What are you planning to do?
I mean, I might as well show everybody here now. And she'll just look at Zelark and do magnified gravity on him. See if he can get, like, I'll tell him, like, hey, try to get up.
The fuck is magnified gravity?
Exactly what it sounds.
Basically, increasing the gravitational pull of the
In
world
a 10-foot radius.
It's
Good thing he
It's a wild-
a little bit of is, right?
It's a wild mount spell.
Yep.
Oh
Do
my
I,
goodness.
Give me a moment. I gotta look up what magnified gravity does.
I
Con
posted it
save.
in the con save.
Okay. So the gravity in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point that you can see in the range increases for a moment. Each creature in the sphere on the turn when you cast a spell must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, they take 2d8 force damage and its speed is halved until the next turn. On a successful save, they take half as much damage and suffers no reduction in speed. Until the start of your next turn, any object that isn't being worn or carried in the sphere requires a successful strength check against your spell's DC to pick up or move. Jesus Christ. Okay. So,
Okay.
I'll just like try to pick up that spoon
well,
there.
did you
Yeah.
make?
I'm making it specifically so it only hits Zelark within the 10
Yeah.
radius.
Okay. Zelark, I need a strength save from you then, or not a strength save, a Constitution save, a con save.
It was a 12.
Was it
That
12?
just meets.
Just means
Nice.
okay. So you only take half the damage from the force. So go ahead and roll 2d8.
Me or him?
You rolling the
Okay.
damage.
All right. Oh wait, those are defense. I'm stupid. All right. 6 damage.
Yeah. So you take 6 damage as you just feel the weight around you just increase exponentially.
Okay.
But then I mentioned like try to pick up the spoon since it needs a strength save.
It needs a strength check. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're asking the bard rogue to pick up something.
I'm trying to emphasize the new trick I learned.
Well, in response to that, I look at Mina and just say, "Go fuck yourself," and you take.
Was that vicious mockery?
Yep.
I think does a vicious mockery have a save though?
It it
Yeah,
does.
it's a wisdom save. So go ahead and make a wisdom
Yep.
save, Mina. Vicious Mockery, go fuck yourself.
Oh, I definitely cleared it. That is a dirty 20.
Okay.
That's like my one good
So
stat.
I think if they save, they don't take damage from Vicious Mockery. So you can feel that there was a bit of intent to cause harm with that.
The silver tongue finally struck out.
Yeah.
Ineffectively,
but
but still.
can he lift the spoon?
Oh my god. You're just leaving it there?
It stays for a while. I need him to lift the spoon.
It's
I
for
will-
it's for the same turn, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and as I say that, I get up and just move a couple seats down.
Okay, can I get a strength check from you to back the seat
Get up
out,
and move.
to move the seat out for you in order for you to get up out of the off the table? It's strength check.
Just strength.
Yep.
That's 17.
17. Yeah.
He clears it.
Yeah, so you feel that the chair is a little bit heavier and everyone can hear it kind of like thunking a little harder against the floor as he pulls it out. But he's able to
You're
stand up
damaging his floor, Zelark.
and you could see that Gaius has a very disapproving look on his face. Mina, I'm happy that you've discovered your new magic abilities, but please do not cast them in my home.
Oh,
Or
well,
on
Cal,
our
you asked
friend.
where, I mean, you said not it, so I didn't do it on you. And I don't have any problems with the elf.
Yep, yes, but you asked me if there was anything that I didn't want you to damage, and before I can answer, you casted it on Zelark.
I mean, I don't see what I did wrong.
I would think you not to harm one of my associates.
Oh.
Welcome to chaos.
You know, one of these days, Mina, that's gonna get you into some trouble that you can't get yourself out of.
Oh, there's nothing I can't get myself out of.
Apparently there is, because I had to save you.
Yeah, you still won't say what exactly it was. Because quite frankly, I'm not buying this whole jackdaw thing.
Oh. Until you have further proof. That's the story.
Suck it.
Yeah, guys, I guess I am a mage. Like I said, space and time magic. So
You keep
Didn't
calling
really-
it a story.
I didn't really work on Zelark, but if you'd like would have been in there, like you would have felt gravity just, crush your body.
By the way, the chair that was there, has that just started being crushed to
No.
the floor yet?
No, it's
It
just
increases
like, very
the
way
weight.
down.
Yeah. It's not a crushing weight to where, anything caught in it is going to collapse. It just increases the weight inside of it.
The gravity itself crushes you because you're alive.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you're not really used to it. So,
Yeah.
it harms you, but items, it's not really something that would break
it's
anything.
Solid. If it's
Was
solid.
Somar in that area?
If
as well?
Somar was with you, yes.
Does Omar need to?
Son of a bitch.
Somar does need to make a save.
Oh no.
It was 13, by the way, what I rolled on the damage.
I rolled a
be-
15. I don't have the snake stats.
15 would be enough to save against it.
Yeah.
So
they
he
have
only
a
takes
plus
6.
0 to their con, and they have here's the crappy part though. They have 1d4 HP.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what we decided was his. Or do I roll that each time I summon him, or how does
No.
that work?
Doesn't matter. It's dead.
He's a
goes
he's a
poof.
familiar, so he's not dead. He's
Yeah.
just
He goes poof.
Yeah.
So
He's poofed.
like when you Zelark, when you felt that kind of like weight on you, you felt where your familiar usually sits get a little bit lighter, as you know that it's been pretty much, in lack of a better words, killed.
All right.
Remove.
So
Crushed
then,
by
instead of
gravity.
just moving over, I will just grab some food and leave the room.
Okay.
Can you pick up the food?
Well, I'm guessing it's a
Oh,
long ass
okay,
table. There's
okay.
Yeah,
multiple bits of
there's
food.
multiple
Oh
food,
yeah,
there's
he's gonna
multiple
walk
food
out of
trays.
it and just pick up something he.
Yeah, just
It's like dragging
take
an
a
apple
platter
out of
it,
the
and
room.
and I'm gone.
That spell concentration, by the way.
Nope,
Nope,
that's
Ah.
instantaneous.
because it only lasts a turn and then it's gone.
Yeah, it's until the end
Okay.
of
Your turn, the end of your, I believe it's your next turn, right?
until the start of my next turn. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it stays there for a while
Hmm.
until I go again.
it stays there for a full 6 seconds.
Yeah. So I
Um,
saw it. I was like, I need this.
It's a good spell. I mean, not gonna
yeah.
lie. So guys kind of sighs. You need to stop attacking your friends or your
Wasn't an
allies.
attack, it was in a demonstration.
You need to stop demonstrating on those
Look.
who travel with you, especially that one, because he has connections to make you disappear. And I'm not making that up. Out of everyone at the table, he's the most dangerous. He's the most influential. You do not want to be on his bad side.
It's a little late on that one.
Well, you could always try to get off of his bad side.
Fine, Zeller's a coward. Always like sneaking.
Oh, he's not a coward. He's just smart.
Coward. Weak.
Is that how you treated the chieftain's son?
The weak do not survive
least
in this city.
At least the chieftain's son had the audacity to fight me head on. His mistake.
Oh, that ego of yours is going to get you into some trouble.
It
really
already
will.
has.
No, I mean trouble that you cannot walk away from.
Oh.
Anyway. Yes,
I do have another trick that doesn't harm people.
Not it.
save your spells.
It's not a spell, and she'll like spend like 12 seconds. She'll move her chair to the side. Is the floor like ground, or is it stone?
It's
Or
stone.
She'll mold a giant chair for herself.
And as you go to try to mold the stone, it's not working.
Hey, all right, I need to go outside for this one.
You cannot mold anything. You cannot affect anything on my grounds with magic.
Why?
It's been warded.
Oh. Okay.
I'm actually kind of surprised by that one. Normally, wards hurt the people trying to cast.
There are those that are strictly for anti-vandalism.
I wouldn't call it vandalism. I'm just trying to make a chair.
Yeah, you're not from the city.
Now, yes, as I was saying, Callie, Zellark and I went out into the city last night to procure some things. I needed the extra hands, and I've worked with him in the past, so I know why that I can count on his discretion.
These things that you were procure. That's a big word. That you were getting. Don't suppose they have anything to do with whatever we're supposed to be doing next?
No, they were specifically for Syra. She asked me to get her a couple things.
Right. So what exactly are we supposed to do?
Yeah, what are we doing next?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I could spend some more time in the library.
I could do with a vacation.
Well, you do have access to my estate. There is some work that I can put you to. Day travel in the city, you shouldn't have too much of an issue. Just be back before nightfall.
I have a question, like DM question.
Mhm.
Because he said I had access to his forge. Could I upgrade my own weapon?
You can, but you are going to need the materials and the electrum to do so.
Okay.
Like, is pretty much you're either going to have to like spend the amount of electrum that it would cost in order to procure the materials in order to upgrade the weapon.
Okay.
And then there is always a chance that there is a failure and you're going to break said weapon.
Okay.
Not break, but reverse craft it.
So break.
That's breaking.
Got it.
You add rust
Yeah,
coloring to your weapon.
that katana has now been transmogged into a dagger.
I like
Alright,
it better
yeah.
if she can only cut 90-degree angles.
Yeah. It's like she tries to like forge her blade, and then the sword just gets all warped, like that gif as like somebody was trying to swing that store-bought katana against the bottle of Coke, and it just warps.
Yo.
Heck, I'm gonna try to make it a +1, but
Oh, that takes some time and money in order to do that.
yeah. Sounds like.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some research. So.
Well, I do need you to possibly go deliver a message to a friend of yours if you have
Now
time.
you're speaking my language.
I sent a message to Snit the other day requesting that he meet me here, but he has yet to return it. I don't believe he's in danger. I just believe that once he sets his mind to a project, he kind of loses track of time and ignores everything around himself.
Oh, Callie,
I mean, the kobold being one-track minded.
would you mind if I deliver the message?
I
It's
would
literally in my job description.
like it if all of you went. Safety in numbers. You are a little bit safer in the day, but
But
one of
not as
you
fast.
is easy to pick off.
Fair.
Also,
Callie, I'll explain on the way.
It also gives you time to grab anything you need if you want to go shopping or stretch your legs. Just don't go alone anywhere you go, and
Yes.
stay away from the apothecary.
Okay.
Now you just make me want to go there.
I'll make sure that they don't go towards the apothecary.
The apothecary has been compromised by the jackdaw.
Right. All right. I'll get a little wind up, and I'm pretty much good to go. Grab a bowl.
One
of
of
food and
you-
just eat that.
One of you is going to have to get Zelark as he looks at both Reiju and Callie.
'Cause I am not there.
I'll get him.
Okay. Just be safe.
I
Meet you at the front door.
don't suppose anyone actually know
Oh,
where he went.
Do you have the message itself?
I do. I will give it to you once you're ready to leave.
Right.
Let's
Just kind
go
of
get my
post up against the
sword.
front door.
Which way's the forge or the armory?
Why?
So I could get my sword.
Oh, you're my mistake. I forgot some of you use weapons. They will be waiting for you at the door. Do not worry.
Okay. And as we walk away, I was like, can you believe he asked what the fuck I needed my sword for? What the hell's the sword for?
I mean, you see me walking around with my short sword how often?
You punch things.
And I still use my short sword.
I've not once seen you use your short swords.
What are you
Did you?
talking about?
You literally
I
punch
literally
and
stabbed
kick.
old lady in the freaking cellar of the hangar. Remember when she turned into a bunch of mushrooms?
do not.
You would
Hey,
remember
I chopped
that,
off her
but
arm.
you would remember that, but I think she's just being facetious.
Just saying.
Callie is going to wander towards where all our rooms are located, not knowing exactly where Zelark is, so she's just yelling his name throughout the hallways as she's going.
And Zelark, you can hear her voice echoing.
I'm currently resummoning Somar in my room.
Okay. Summoning ritual being interrupted by Callie screaming your name.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, you take some time, but you're able to summon your snack back.
And as summon him back, I tuck him back in and walk out the door. I don't know if Callie's found me yet or not.
I would assume at this time, as you're walking out the door, you see Callie walking down the hallway, yelling your name, not being very subtle.
Yeah, I'm just,
Oh, there you are. We have a job to do.
pay?
We didn't ask about payment, but
Okay.
we got to go find Snit.
Oh, all right. That's good. I needed to talk to him anyway.
Apparently, a lot of people do. He's a popular guy. Mina is coming with us. Please don't kill her. I know she's abrasive, but
She's abrasive.
I raised my hand up. I'm just like, don't worry. I won't kill Mina. And then I just kind of push past and walk towards the main entrance.
Okay. So everyone meets at the front door. Any gear that he had stored away from you, your armor and everything like that is waiting for you. He walks over and he hands a scroll to Callie, and it's not really technically sealed with like any sort of signet or anything. It's just wrapped in a red ribbon. He hands it over to you. Like, give this to Snitz and wait for his response.
consider it done. Put it in her bag and pull out her Courier's Guild pin and pin it to her top.
As he's like, that hidden. This is not guild business. This is personal.
Oh. All right. Takes it off and drops it back in her bag.
Minako's gonna grab her her armor, boots, and sword and go into a separate room to get changed real quick.
Zolok does the same, but a separate room.
Just kind of reaches into one pouch, grabs out all the extra sashes. Mind burning these?
He takes them. I can do that.
Thank you. Ready to go?
I'm gonna insight check that.
Insight check. Gaius?
Gaius, yeah.
Okay.
19.
Sounds like he's gonna burn him.
You're gonna have
Insight
to like
check
roll a
everything
50
he
to...
says. I mean,
The
I already rolled a nat 20 and it
The
wasn't
thing about
enough,
Gaius
so
is you will never catch him in a lie.
I don't expect to.
He's got
And-
something with him that makes it to where anything he says, even if you would detect it as a lie, comes out as a partial truth.
Callie doesn't even really want to catch him in a lie. She's more or less just doing as she was told.
He didn't say he was going to burn them. He did say he was going to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I guess we got what we need. We're on our way.
And I guess she'll walk out with the sword in her left hand because she doesn't use the straps.
Yep. And Zelark, as you're walking out, he kind of places a hand in front of you. You see any more of those cloaked figures? Get everyone back here as fast as possible. And he hands you a small bead.
Small bead?
A bead. He's like, break that. That light that you saw last night will emanate from it. It will drive them off temporarily.
Okay.
But even if you catch one out of the corner of your eye and you haven't delivered the note, abandon the mission, get back here. You and your friends are not safe. It's gone beyond just, as you know, jackdaw.
And
Can I hear this with my better hearing?
You can give me a perception roll.
Yeah.
10 plus 16.
Let's see. Same.
Okay. So what you hear is him just saying random, like, very broken phrases to Zelark.
thieves can.
Thieves
Yeah,
can.
thieves can.
Yeah.
As like
Okay.
you have no idea what he's saying or what it even means. But they both have a very serious look on their face when he's saying it.
I reply back to him. It's like, when we get back, we need to talk.
I assume we will.
And I'm just the two of us. And then I walk past him,
I'll have the wine ready.
and then I just head out.
You
By
all
the way-
thought he was going to speak normally.
No.
Well,
No, I just
assumed
wanted
he
to know if he was
I
actually
assumed he
using
was
it.
like hush speaking, and since for whatever reason I have superior hearing, I figured I'd catch it.
Because of your ear bones.
Yeah.
By the way, does anyone know where the Artificers Guild actually is?
Yes, I do.
Perfect.
But he's not at the guild. He's at one of the workshops. Down,
Oh.
he's over by the skiff docks where the artificer workshops are at. The guild itself is within the ring of influence.
All right.
Were
well-
we told this?
I'm
Yes,
guessing
yeah,
all the
okay.
Like
legitimate-
you all know where Snit is like pretty much doing his apprenticeship at, because he went to do that once you guys got back to the city.
Yeah,
So-
and I think I recall Shadow Fox vaguely mentioning
Mhm.
where he was going to be.
He's taking an apprenticeship under that Minotaur that you guys ran into back at the
Joraduk.
yeah.
Okay.
You know, the
Wonderful.
guy with the
Oh,
face.
he's fixing the bike? Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
I
That's
just-
his internship. He's fixing the bike. Nix comes back. What the hell did you do to it?
It's got like an
Right
extra
there.
sidecar for a kobold.
and like these switches, and it just
No,
turned into
even-
like
even
the bat
better.
bike.
Even better, it's the Monty Python version where there's just multiple cars on each
Yeah.
side.
All I could think of is the motorcycle from the intro to Metalocalypse, where it's got the multiple sidecars.
Oh no.
He's just like, wow, another bottle.
Everyone can now ride the motorcycle. No,
Or
but
Nix is like,
yeah,
No, it's not as-
Shadow Fox has given me a list of projects that Snit would be working on in his off time, and then like on his like during his on time when he's like technically quote unquote apprenticing, I'm making it to where he's working on the bike.
nice. That's great. Oh, that bike hasn't. The girls haven't even been in the city for, like, they've been in the city less than a month,
Less than a week.
less than a week.
Yeah,
Oh,
you guys
wait,
like
we were gone for a few days outside.
yeah,
Yeah, it's been more than a week.
Less
we-
than two.
we-
Le-
Less
like-
than two.
We've been together more than a week, but we've been outside of the city for a decent chunk of that.
yeah. So like
Yeah.
inside the city, you really haven't been there long. Well, they haven't anyway.
Yeah. Oh my
There's
god.
a good 2-day trip by sand boat
Mm-hmm.
each way, so that's 4 days. Plus we
Plus the
slept that
day.
day.
You slept
out
that day.
there.
Yep. You guys,
So it's
you guys were
5.
probably out there close to a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
so-
we had I think a total of 2 nights in the desert that weren't spent traveling.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
that plus the 2-day each way trip. So yeah, about a week in the desert.
Wow.
So, after the little hushed conversation between Zelark and Gaius, you all begin to head back down into the city through the Ring of Influence into the Ring of Commerce. And it's a basic day. People are already out and about on the streets doing their daily routines. And it's a bit of a relief to you being in it, having lost your memories for a bit and being cramped up in Gaius's estate. It's a welcome sense of relaxation getting back into what would normally be regular to you, the hustle and bustle and chaos that is the streets of the Ring of Commerce. And as you begin to travel down towards the skiff docks to deliver a message to another one of your companions, that is where we are going to leave off for this session.
Well done.
Not much excitement, not much battles, but then again, there are only 4 of you. So
I almost died.
You would have died.
When you were like, I'm gonna go outside to the city, I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. Okay,
I knew
roll a new character.
Splitting the party's bad, but Zelark is untrusting as fuck.
Zelark got lucky because Zelark could have easily been killed by those disintegration beams. That is not something that.
And Minako would have not felt bad.
I mean, just the plus to the damage on disintegrate would have nearly killed any one of us.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Thankfully, even with like the half damage, I rolled really low. So.
Thank God I'm a rogue.
Well, the thing is, if you would have died, it would have been, who's Zelark?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That bad.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I have plans for other characters already.
As you mentioned the eye on these creatures.
Yep. They, like, if you are killed by like their eye beam, you're pretty much wiped from people's memories.
From history.
That's worse than Thanos.
Oh no,
snap.
not from history. Not from history. Just anyone who knew you forgets about you.
Oh.
There are still like you like any impact that you had, like
Gone.
anything, like it's gone, but there's still like proof around the world that you existed, which anybody who's ever had interactions with you then begins to like struggle to remember. So it's more of a torment for those who remembered you.
Ooh.
I'd
Yeah.
like to think Minako wouldn't have cared.
I mean,
This is true.
Now,
Minako's just like,
that-
I don't remember his name. He's not important.
does that include every plane?
Yeah, anyone who ever had contact with you, you are just wiped from their memory.
Your parents, your closest friend in high school.
Yeah, and depending on how close they were with you, the more torture they go through because they knew someone was there. They knew that like they had a kid, but they can't remember, you know, anything like that kid growing up, anything they did through their childhood, what they've done since, you know, they left home. They know that they had one, but they can't recall anything.
Irresponsible parents. No, I'm kidding. Oh, man.
Yeah. So thankfully you didn't die.
Yay.
You only got partially singed.
The
Yeah.
torment for Minako would have been remembering he existed.
One of these days, Mina's gonna say something like that about the wrong
Oh
person.
yeah, Mina's mouth
and
is going to
you're
get her in
have your
trouble.
backup character ready.
Yeah, Mina's mouth is going to definitely write a check at one point that she can
Listen.
that her
What's
sword
really
is not going to get for
strange-
cash.
What's really strange about me is that like I already have 5 characters lined up for replacement, so I'm like, I really don't want to lose Reiju.
Yeah, see,
But, I mean, I won't take it
learned that
personally.
lesson in season 1 of the Tuesday game. If you have a backup character ready, Rojin is gonna turn them into the big bad of the campaign at the end.
I have no idea what you're talking about. And I didn't make her the big bad. She was just the antagonist because she was a twin. You had the two opposite sides of the coin.
It's fair, but
And she
Evil
wasn't the
twin.
big.
Good twin.
Hey, they reconciled their differences at the end, so kind of.
Which
mean-
one was this?
This was the very first Tuesday show that we did, Gibbering Mouthers. It was still called at the time.
Yeah.
Where
Campaign
I played Cassius, the White Dragonborn, and my backup character was his twin sister Avara, who was a Black Dragonborn and evil as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And she ended up being introduced as an NPC. And yeah, I mean, the rest is terrible history.
And then she kind of like began to accept him because he was starting to become evil and everything, just because of the influence that Agvrin had over him and the Void Dragon and everything. He wasn't like his goody two shoes self anymore.
Yeah,
he was more morally gray and jumping to evil tendencies at the time.
And in the epilogue of the campaign, they were an evil duo.
Yep. And even formed a business.
Yep.
But yeah. So that is going to do it for us this week. We will be back tonight at 7:30 Pacific time. You know, I'm not gonna sleep through that because I don't sleep during the day. And I don't have to set my alarms, but that is going to be episode 3 of our holiday one shot of Mr. Raccoon Comes to Town, where they are going to be doing battle with the vampire. That's right. The vampire
Neezer.
Neezer. In his ever morphing house that seems to be alive.
That bows to Chet's will.
So yeah, that's gonna be tonight starting at 7:30. We will be giving away another dice set for Dicember, as well as another one of our fabulous raccoon dice bags. I'm gonna take us to the map because I think I don't have the dice bag there. What's wrong with me? But we will be doing those giveaways tonight, and then we'll be back. There'll be no episodes next week. We're taking a break due to the holidays, so no Way Out or Into the Wildlands or our Saturday shows. We'll be back, I believe, the following week.
Yes, I think the 28th will be our first game back after the holiday break.
Yep.
Which is a Monday. So that will be the next No Way Out as well.
Yep. And then we will have the final, maybe the final, maybe we'll go 5 episodes. I'm not sure, but the final episode of Mr. Raccoon Comes to Town on the 2nd, as well as another episode of this lovely campaign. The other campaign that we have on Saturday is Wayward Wanderers, which is a Pathfinder 2 campaign that Azrin is running some I guess it would be murder hobos with the way I'm hearing it now. You guys are just blowing up bars.
Hey,
here
we paid our penance. We're going back to the circus to do our job.
Uh-huh.
After saving all one of those researchers.
Is there any circus to go back to?
Right?
We don't know.
Circus is on fire.
No, I think what happened is like they sent a missive to some druid tribe, and that's about the point where we kind of got separated.
The druid tribe got angry, turned into bears, and ate the circus.
Ate the townspeople.
I mean,
because they already attacked the townspeople or attacked the circus with the freaking rats.
Yep, the rat mage. But
and then they took her her body off to the ocean. I don't know why.
So she become a sea god. She transformed into Tickles.
So that's where Tickles.
Tickles came from. So that is going to do it for us for now, everyone. We will catch you in 4 hours for the start of the holiday game. But until then, have a good one.